Welcome to video number 7 of the 2017 to 2023 General Class Question Study Pool. I will be your host for this video, Michael Dickerson, KC9PHK, presented on behalf of the Clay County Area Amateur Radio Club, located in Southern Illinois. Let's go ahead and get started. First up in this video, sub-element G6 covers circuit components. G6A, resistors, capacitors, inductors, rectifiers, solid-state diodes and transistors, vacuum tubes, and batteries. G6A01 says, what is the minimum allowable discharge voltage for maximum life of a standard 12-volt lead-acid battery? A. 6 volts, B. 8.5 volts, C. 10.5 volts, or D. 12 volts? The answer is C. 10.5 volts. G6A02, what is an advantage of the low internal resistance of nickel-cadmium batteries? A. Long life, B. High discharge current, C. High voltage, or D. Rapid discharge? The answer is B. High discharge current. G6A03, what is the approximate junction threshold voltage of a germanium diode? A. 0.1 volt, B. 0.3 volts, C. 0.7 volts, or D. 1.0 volts? Correct answer is B. 0.3 volts. G6A04, which of the following is an advantage of an electrolytic capacitor? A. Tight tolerance, B. Much less leakage than any other type, C. High capacitance for a given volume, or D. Inexpensive RF capacitor? Answer is C. High capacitance for a given volume. G6A05, what is the approximate junction threshold voltage of a conventional silicone diode? A. 0.1 volt, B. 0.3 volts, C. 0.7 volts, or D. 1.0 volts? Correct answer is C. 0.7 volts. G6A06, which of the following is a reason not to use wire-wound resistors in an RF circuit? A. The resistor's tolerance value would not be adequate for such a circuit. B. The resistor's inductance could make circuit performance unpredictable. C. The resistor could overheat. D. The resistor's internal capacitance would detune the circuit. Answer is B. The resistor's inductance could make circuit performance unpredictable. G6A07, what are the stable operating points for a bipolar transistor used as a switch in a logic circuit? A. Its saturation and cutoff regions, B. Its active region between the cutoff and saturation regions, C. Its peak and valley current points, or D. Its enhancement and depletion modes? Answer is A. Its saturation and cutoff regions. G6A08, what is the advantage of using a ferrite core toroidal inductor? A. Large values of inductance may be obtained. B. The magnetic properties of the core may be optimized for a specific range of frequencies. C. Most of the magnetic field is contained in the core, or D. All of these choices are correct? Correct answer is D. All of these choices are correct. G6A09, which of the following describes the construction of a MOSFET? A. The gate is formed by a back-biased junction. B. The gate is separated from the channel with a thin insulating layer. C. The source is separated from the drain by a thin insulating layer. Or D. The source is formed by depositing metal on silicone. Correct answer is B. The gate is separated from the channel with a thin insulating layer. G6A10, which element of a triode vacuum tube is used to regulate the flow of electrons between cathode and plate? A. Control grid, B. Heater, C. Screen grid, or D. Trigger electrode? Answer is A. Control grid. G6A11, what happens when an inductor is operated above its self-resonant frequency? A. Its reactance increases, B. Harmonics are generated, C. It becomes capacitive, or D. Catastrophic failure is likely? Answer is C. It becomes capacitive. G6A12. What is the primary purpose of a screen grid in a vacuum tube? A. To reduce grid-to-plate capacitance. B. To increase efficiency. C. To increase the control grid resistance. Or D. To decrease plate resistance. Answer is A. To reduce grid-to-plate capacitance. G6A13. Why is the polarity of applied voltages important for polarized capacitors? A. Incorrect polarity can cause the capacitor's short circuit. B. Reverse voltages can destroy the dielectric layer of an electrolytic capacitor. C. The capacitor could overheat and explode. Or D. All of these choices are correct. Answer is D. All of these choices are correct. G6A14. Which of the following is an advantage of ceramic capacitors as compared to other types of capacitors? A. Tight tolerance. B. High stability. C. High capacitance for given volume. Or D. Comparatively low cost. Answer is D. Comparatively low cost. G6B. Analog and digital integrated circuits. Microprocessors, memory, I/O devices, microwave ICs, display devices, connectors, and ferrite cores. First up, G6B01. What determines the performance of a ferrite core at different frequencies? A. Its conductivity. B. Its thickness. C. The composition or mix of materials used. Or D. The ratio of outer diameter to inner diameter. Answer is C. The composition or mix of materials used. G6B02. What is meant by the term MMIC? A. Multimedia Megabyte Integrated Circuit. B. Monolithic Microwave Integrated Circuit. C. Military Manufactured Integrated Circuit. Or D. Mode Modulated Integrated Circuit. Correct answer B. Monolithic Microwave Integrated Circuit. G6B03. Which of the following is an advantage of a CMOS integrated circuits compared to TTL integrated circuits? A. Low power consumption. B. High power handling capability. C. Better suited for RF amplification. Or D. Better suited for power supply regulation. Answer is A. Low power consumption. G6B04. What is meant by the term ROM? A. Resistor operated memory. B. Read-only memory. C. Random operational memory. Or D. Resistant to overload memory. Answer here is B. Read-only memory. G6B05. What is meant when memory is characterized as non-volatile? A. It is resistant to radiation damage. B. It is resistant to high temperatures. C. The stored information is maintained even if power is removed. D. The stored information cannot be changed once written. Answer is C. The stored information is maintained even if power is removed. G6B06. What kind of device is an integrated circuit operational amplifier? A. Digital. B. MMIC. C. Programmable logic. Or D. Analog. Answer is D. Analog. G6B07. Which of the following describes the type N connector? A. A moisture-resistant RF connector useful to 10 GHz. B. A small bayonet connector used for data circuits. C. A threaded connector used for hydraulic systems. Or D. An audio connector used in surround sound installations. Answer is A. A moisture-resistant RF connector useful to 10 GHz. G6B08. How is an LED biased when emitting light? A. Beyond cutoff. B. At the Zener voltage. C. Reverse biased. Or D. Forward biased. Answer is D. Forward biased. G6B09. Which of the following is a characteristic of a liquid crystal display? A. It utilizes ambient or backlighting. B. It offers a wide dynamic range. C. It consumes relatively high power. Or D. It has relatively short lifetime. Answer is A. It utilizes ambient or backlighting. G6B10. How does a ferrite bead or core reduce common mode RF current on the shield of a coaxial cable? A. By creating an impedance in the current's path. B. It converts common mode current to differential mode. C. By creating an out-of-phase current to cancel the common mode current. Or D. Ferrites expel magnetic fields. Answer is A, by creating an impedance in the current's path. G6B11, what is a type SMA connector? A large bayonet connector usable at power levels more than 1 kilowatt. B, a small threaded connector suitable for signals up to several gigahertz. C, a connector designed for serial multiple access signals. Or D, a type of push-on connector intended for high voltage applications. Answer is B, a small threaded connector suitable for signals up to several gigahertz. G6B12, which of these connector types is commonly used for audio signals in amateur radio stations? A, the PL259, B, BNC, C, RCA phono, or D, type N? Correct answer is C, RCA phono. G6B13, which of these connector types is commonly used for RF connections at frequencies up to 150 MHz? A, octal, B, RJ11, C, PL259, or D, DB25? Answer is C, PL259. Next up, subelement G7, covering practical circuits. G7A, we're going to cover power supplies and schematic symbols. G7A01, what useful feature does a power supply bleeder resistor provide? A, it acts as a fuse for excess voltage. B, it ensures that the filter capacitors are discharged when power is removed. C, it removes shock hazards from the induction coils. Or D, it eliminates ground loop current. Answer is B, it ensures that the filter capacitors are discharged when power is removed. G7A02, which of the following components are used in a power supply filter network? A, diodes, B, transformers and transducers, C, quartz crystals, or D, capacitors and inductors? Answer is D, capacitors and inductors. G7A03, which type of rectifier circuit uses two diodes and a center tapped transformer? A, full wave, B, full wave bridge, C, half wave, or D, synchronous? Answer is A, full wave. G7A04, what is an advantage of a half wave rectifier in a power supply? A, only one diode is required. B, the ripple frequency is twice that of a full wave rectifier. C, more current can be drawn from the half wave rectifier. Or D, the output voltage is 2 times the peak output voltage of the transformer. Answer is A, only one diode is required. G7A05, what portion of the AC cycle is converted to DC by a half wave rectifier? A, 90 degrees, B, 180 degrees, C, 270 degrees, or D, 360 degrees? Answer here is B, 180 degrees. G7A06, what portion of the AC cycle is converted to DC by a full wave rectifier? A, 90 degrees, B, 180 degrees, C, 270 degrees, or D, 360 degrees? Answer is D, 360 degrees. G7A07, what is the output waveform of an unfiltered full wave rectifier connected to a resistive load? A series of DC pulses at twice the frequency of the AC input. B, a series of DC pulses at the same frequency as the AC input. C, a sine wave at half the frequency of the AC input. Or D, a steady DC voltage? Answer is A series of DC pulses at twice the frequency of the AC input. G7A08, which of the following is an advantage of a switch mode power supply as compared to a linear power supply? A, faster switching time makes higher output voltage possible. B, fewer circuit components are required. C, high frequency operation allows the use of smaller components. Or D, all of these choices are correct. Answer is C, high frequency operation allows the use of smaller components. G7A09, which symbol in figure G71 represents a field effect transistor? A, symbol 2, B, symbol 5, C, symbol 1, or D, symbol 4? Correct answer is C, symbol 1. G7A10, which symbol in figure G71 represents a Zener diode? A, symbol 4, B, symbol 1, C, symbol 11, or D, symbol 5? Answer here is D, symbol 5. G7A11, which symbol in figure G7-1 represents an NPN junction transistor? A, symbol 1, B, symbol 2, C, symbol 7, or D, symbol 11? Answer is B, symbol 2. G7A12, which symbol in figure G7-1 represents a solid core transformer? A, symbol 4, B, symbol 7, C, symbol 6, or D, symbol 1? Answer is C, symbol 6. G7A13, which symbol in figure G7-1 represents a tapped inductor? A, symbol 7, B, symbol 11, C, symbol 6, or D, symbol 1? Answer is A, symbol 7. Next up, G7B, covering digital circuits, amplifiers, and oscillators. G7B01 says, what is the reason for neutralizing the final amplifier stage of a transmitter? A, to limit the modulation index. B, to eliminate self-oscillations. C, to cut off the final amplifier during standby periods. Or D, to keep the carrier on frequency. Answer is B, to eliminate self-oscillations. G7B02, which of these classes of amplifiers has the highest efficiency? A, Class A, B, Class B, C, Class AB, or D, Class C? Answer is D, Class C. G7B03, which of the following describes the functions of a 2-input AND gate? A, output is high when either or both inputs are low. B, output is high only when both inputs are high. C, output is low when either or both inputs are high. Or D, output is low only when both inputs are high. Answer is B, output is high only when both inputs are high. G7B04, which of the following describes the function of a 2-input NOR gate? A, output is high when either or both inputs are low. B, output is high only when both inputs are high. C, output is low when either or both inputs are high. D, output is low only when both inputs are high. Answer is C, output is low when either or both inputs are high. G7B05, how many states does a 3-bit binary counter have? A, 3, B, 6, C, 8, or D, 16? Answer is C, 8. G7B06, what is a shift register? A, a clocked array of circuits that passes data in steps along an array. B, an array of operational amplifiers used for tri-state arithmetic operations. C, a digital mixer. Or D, an analog mixer? Answer here is A, a clocked array of circuits that passes data in steps along the array. G7B07, which of the following are basic components of a sine wave oscillator? A, an amplifier and a divider. B, a frequency multiplier and a mixer. C, a circulator and a filter operating in a feed-forward loop. D, a filter and an amplifier operating in a feedback loop. Answer is D, a filter and an amplifier operating in a feedback loop. G7B08, how is the efficiency of an RF amplifier determined? A, divide the DC input power by the DC output power. B, divide the RF output power by the DC input power. C, multiply the RF input power by the reciprocal of the RF output power. Or D, add the RF input power to the DC output power. Answer is B, divide the RF output power by the DC input power. G7B09, what determines the frequency of an LC oscillator? A, the number of stages in the counter. B, the number of stages in the divider. C, the inductance and capacitance in the tank circuit. Or D, the time delay of the lag circuit. Answer is C, the inductance and capacitance in the tank circuit. G7B10, which of the following describes a linear amplifier? A, any RF power amplifier used in conjunction with an amateur transceiver. B, an amplifier in which the output preserves the input waveform. C, a Class C high efficiency amplifier. Or D, an amplifier used as a frequency multiplier. Answer is B, an amplifier in which the output preserves the input waveform. G7B11, for which of the following modes is a Class C power stage appropriate for amplifying a modulated signal? A, SSB, B, FM, C, AM, or D, all of these choices are correct. Answer is B, FM. And that will conclude video number 7. I want to thank you for joining us. If you have not already subscribed, go ahead and do that so you are notified as we are releasing new videos. Once again, thank you.